Have you ever searched for your service on Google Maps and thought, wait, why am I not showing up? Thousands of businesses never make it to the top of the map results. It's not because Google hates you. It might just be because a few tiny details in your Google business profile are off. So stick around because I'm about to walk you through all the basics you need to know to set up your Google business profile correctly, plus a few pro tips that most people, even many marketers, don't know about. Hi, I'm Levi from Hog the Web, and we've built and optimized websites for hundreds of businesses now. Whenever a local business comes to us for SEO, their Google business listing is the first place we go to make sure it's set up correctly. Now, the first step is to actually make sure you have a Google business listing for your business and claim ownership and verify it if it already exists. To get started with that, go to google.com/business. And make sure you're logged in with the correct Google account that you want associated with the company and click sign in. And you want to make sure that you're using the Google business account that you want associated with this business, not your cousin who came and logged in on your computer weeks ago when they were visiting, and now you're claiming your business under their Google account. So make sure that you're logged in under your own Google account by checking the top right corner. Now, if your business already has a listing, but you don't know how to get access to it, first of all, every Google business listing is associated with a Google account. So that's usually either at gmail.com or it could be at yourbusinessdomain.com if you use Google Workspace email. And remember, a Google account is the same as a YouTube account and a Gmail account. They're all connected. And then pull up your Google business listing by searching your business name in Google. And if you don't see a listing, then that's fine. You can just go create one. But if you do see a listing and you don't see your business on Google, this whole menu to manage the listing, then that means you'll probably want to find the link that says own this business and claim ownership. And you'll have to go through some verification processes. And it used to be that Google would just send you a postcard to your business address. And, as long as you send it back, then you're verified. But because of more and more spammers creating fake Google profiles, now it's become more difficult to get verified. And oftentimes Google will ask you to record a video of you actually physically walking into your business location just to verify that it's a real business at that address. Jump through those hoops, and then finally you'll get access to the listing. Also, you want to make sure that there are no duplicate listings for your business, especially if you moved from a different location. You want what's called NAP consistency. NAP stands for name, address, and phone number, and one listing per business. So you can have listings on many different platforms. Actually, that's good. A listing on Yelp.com, a listing on Houzz, many other sort of business directory sites, especially local ones, and even your social media profile. But you want your business name, address, and phone number to be consistent across all those, because that's a strong signal to Google that you're a legitimate company operating out of that same address. And also with the business name, don't try to get fancy and add some sort of sales copy into your business name, like number one plumber or something like that. Just your pure business name itself, Christy Dustman Landscaping. Simple as that. Because if you try to get creative with it, you're going to lose your NAP consistency. And also it's not going to match your business documents, like your LLC. And that's going to be a tick against your credibility as a business. And so you can probably notice there's this theme here of credibility and trust and consistency. So that's one of the key ranking factors that Google's algorithm uses when deciding which businesses to show the most in Google Maps results. Now, what's the number one ranking factor? Unfortunately, it's one that you don't have much control over, and that's proximity to the searcher. It's going to want to show providers that are closest to the person doing the searching. But beyond that, there are many other factors that we can have more influence over in how Google goes about recommending different businesses. And one of the big next ones, as I'm sure you're well aware, is reviews. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it's probably pretty obvious, but of course you want real reviews. You want recent ones, within the last month or two. And there's also something called review velocity. So instead of getting like 50 reviews back 3 years ago and then nothing for 2 years, it's better to kind of have a consistent, steady pace of new reviews coming in. And then as a business owner, if you can go in and respond to these reviews, even the positive ones, just, a thank you, just again, builds that trust and credibility and a sense that you as a business are present and active. And especially if someone gives a not so great review, that's a chance to kind of address some of their concerns or issues that they had in a non-defensive way. Of course, you want to always keep it professional in a public forum setting like this. Another thing when setting up your profile is your location. It's going to give the option of either a service area business or a location business. And a lot of the time, like for Hug the Web, for instance, we don't have a storefront that people come and visit. So we really are serving a geographic area, actually a large one. But most people that do local SEO have noticed that businesses that choose a specific location, that use an address, a physical address, as their location instead of a service area, tend to get more visibility in Google Maps. So in most cases, I would recommend just go with your business address. Don't do a service area. Business hours is a really good idea. If you want to fill that out, the more complete you can make the profile, the better. And even just updating on a regular basis, like when there's holidays or when, you're going to close for a few days randomly for cleaning or take some time off or whatever, always keeping those hours up to date, just quickly logging in and updating that is going to, again, signal to Google that you are an active business and that your listing has accurate information. Because the biggest thing Google does not want to do is send users on a wild goose chase off to some business that doesn't exist anymore. So it's all about being helpful for its users. Now, another one is your business categories. And this one, it's actually pretty important. Whatever business category you choose as your primary one, you want to reflect that same language or phrasing on your website, in your business description text, and even the subcategories that you choose as many as you can that are accurate. Of course, don't put anything on there that's you're just putting in to fill in the blanks, but choose subcategories of other services that you provide. And then again, try to have those same sub-service categories reflected as service pages on your website, in your description, if you can, without keyword stuffing, of course. Include your link to your website. And again, just like with the name, address, phone number, the NAP consistency, you also want the web address to appear consistently in all the places you're linking it. So whether you're using HTTP or HTTPS, whether you're using www or not, always try to keep it consistent everywhere you're posting it. And here's one of those little pro tips. When it comes to these sub-service categories, if you can mirror that as separate service pages on your website that are properly interlinked with good descriptive sales copy on each page describing that service and what you offer for it, and then also having reviewers mention some of these categories and subcategories in their reviews, all those signals are going to build on each other and help your listing to show up more often for people searching for those services. All right, photos. The more you can add real photos, especially of the work that you do, even if you can get photos of happy customers and clients, that's huge. If you do home services and you have trucks and a team with logos on their shirts or something, definitely include those because, again, those are signals to people that you are a legit, credible business. And when you are writing your business description, do write it like you're speaking to someone who just walked in the door of your business. Don't write it like you're trying to optimize for a robot or something like that. A newer thing is adding chat or messaging to your Google business listing. And I would highly recommend this because these days, people maybe don't want to make a phone call. And so if they can just shoot a quick text to ask a question or check your availability or your pricing and get a response the same day, that could mean the difference between getting that customer and not. A couple more pro tips. When you are posting photos, if you can geo-tag those photos with your business location or somewhere in your service region, that's been suggested, a small ranking signal. And if you don't know how to do that, there's tools online how to edit the meta details of an image. Another one is posting regularly. So if you scroll down, you can actually see where you can add updates to your Google business listing. It's almost like posting on social media. And it might seem strange because, who's actually going to see this? No one's like following your business on Google Maps. But, some people will see it when they're reading about your business on Google Maps. So you can add things like special offers that you're offering or discounts. Maybe there's a holiday special that you're offering, or maybe you just want to announce a change in your hours. Or if you finished a project and you're proud of it and you want to share images of a recent project, these are all great things to share. If you can try to post at least once a week, it can be quick and easy and include a button or a link to your website where they can then convert or get more information or see if it's a project like a portfolio, they can learn more about that. Or you can even just make it a call to action. But, I always try to include a call to action on the posts. So these are just little things, but the Google profile, once you set it up, it's fairly simple. So if it's between you and one other business and you just happen to be posting more often on your Google profile, that could be the tiny little thing that makes the difference in Google showing your profile above theirs. So it's a small thing, but it's worth it. And if you want that task done, but you don't got time to deal with it, that's why Hog the Web is here. We have a service where we can optimize your Google business profile for you and post regularly, as well as do follow-ups on the reviews if you want to. So just reach out if you're interested in that. All right, so let's recap. So first, check if your business listing already exists on the maps. If it does, then make sure you claim ownership and verify it. Then make sure you fill out your profile as completely as possible. Get regular, consistent reviews and respond and follow up on those reviews. Post regularly. Publish real photos, not stock photography. Keep your name, address, and phone number and web address consistent on all the different platforms. And if you're just overwhelmed and want someone to do all this for you the right way, then reach out to Hog the Web. Either way, I hope you found something useful here today. If you did, consider liking and subscribing, and thanks for watching.